Okay. So, good morning, good evening, whatever. It's day 109. You're probably wondering why I'm wearing a hat. It's because, if you haven't been watching the videos, my when I get out of the shower, I don't put anything in my hair, so my hair is like flat. So this is the best option. But anyways, day 109. And yeah, we're still cooking. It's good. I'll just get straight into it. Today I got severely humbled. Not that I thought that I was the best in the world at certain things. Obviously I'm not. If I was the best in the world, I wouldn't be sat here right now recording this video. Not that I don't like recording these videos, but because I wouldn't need to record this video. Because I'd be at my goal. And I'd be recording value-based videos that are edited by people. And I'd be uploading them constantly. Because I'm trying to build my personal brand. Let me just move this a bit. Well, breaking the fucking thing. But yeah, so I wouldn't be recording this video. And I got humbled for this reason. Basically, obviously I work with influencers like on varying capacities, doing varying things. And today I was in a call with one of my good friends that I've actually met from doing this series. But we were talking about doing whatever it was, and I'm getting on calls with people about specific things depending on whatever it is, and I'm getting on a call with certain people in the coming few days, and we were talking about sales scripts and sales in general, and basically I have this script, and my script that I kind of like, the things I talk about is decent, but he looked at like kind of like talking points and things that was going over in the video, over in it, and I mean, not to say that I didn't think it was the best in the world, but he looked at it and he just kind of like laughed. Not that it was, I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't that bad. Like there's levels, right? You get caught in your little ego thinking that your thing's like the best, and it can't be that much better, right? Exposing the fucking hat. It can't be that much better. There can't be that many things that you can do that's going to make it that much better. But then you speak to other people who have an unbiased viewpoint on it, and they have obviously been in the industry for a while, and they know how it works, they know what's best, they know what works best, and all this stuff. And my point is, there's always going to be a differing viewpoint to your own, and it's always going to be harsh on what you believe, because your kind of opinion is, okay, this is cool, this is good. I mean, and to be honest, my thought process on what I was doing was, I literally wrote it down in like 30 minutes, if that, and it was just like a few notes. But he looked at it, I was like, okay, so this is what I'm kind of like looking at. And he looked at it, he was like, mate, what the fuck is this? And I mean, he's trying to get Skeleton Agency to 50k a month. So of course he's going to have a good point of view on it. And also another thing is, I was gonna say fuck. I'm butchering this. He knows what works, knows what doesn't, and the point is, he's gonna look at what it is that I've written down, and he's gonna be like, okay, this is good, this isn't good, this works, this has worked for me. He goes from previous experience, and he's also bought tons of courses, tons of like good courses, not just people trying to scam, like good courses of some of the best in the industry of what they do, who provide the most value to their audience, all this stuff. And he knows what works from other people's experiences, from his own experience, and kind of like, you think right now that, yeah, there's not that much more that I can learn, right? I feel I've been at this point. I'm sure you've been at this point to an extent. I'm sure a lot of people have been at this point where they kind of like not stagnant, but they feel like, yeah, there can't be that much more that I've got to learn. Surely, right? Surely there's not that much that I've got to learn. But in reality, you just learn something new all the time, man. Like, you just learn so much stuff on varying different topics depending on who you talk to and what they specialize in and all this shit, right? It's kind of mad because as I say, you kind of ingrain all of this stuff into your knowledge. You're like, yeah, okay, I think I've got the ropes now. And then someone comes in and just completely blows your beliefs out of the water. So what I'm trying to get at here is, first of all, Evan, if you're watching this, I knew that shit wasn't good because I literally wrote it down in like half an hour, and not to say that that's not like for me to kind of like get myself off the hook. I know it wasn't good, but it wasn't my best, of course. I have scripts, I have stuff that I have that actually is decent, but in comparison to most things, that wasn't my best foot that I've put forward ever. So yeah, fucking hell, my hat's moving so wonky. No one cares. So yeah, man, just be willing to learn, because you learn so much stuff from people, man. It's crazy. Like people, books, people that have come before you, people that have got the wisdom of going through the experience of their life and going through the experience of the industry that they're in. You can learn so much stuff, man. And just to think this, right? For example, we've got someone like Benjamin Graham here, who learned from Warren Buffett, who's all of his expertise has come from Warren Buffett. That's going to stay standing. That's beautiful. That's not going to fall over. Let's go. So, all right, let me explain this. So you've got this book, right? It is fucking massive. It has got. I haven't read it yet. Not to say that I never read. I've read all of these books apart from this one, actually. I think. Yeah, I've read every single one of these books. Apart from, there's like I don't know how many books are there, but there's 618 pages in this book. This guy has gone through his whole lifetime investing into certain things, learning how to read charts, learning what to invest in, learning how to learn what to invest in. That he's kind of compiled all of his wisdom from his life into this one book. And for that book to then be 600 pages long, of course there's going to be things that you don't know. No matter how, like, where you are in regards to learning about investing, you're still not going to know as much as this guy does, or maybe you know more than this guy does. Whatever you are in the spectrum of learning about investing, he's still going to have a few points in here that you don't know about. So of course you're never going to know everything, and that's why you need to be so open to learning more things and just learning, especially with the people that watch these videos. You're going to be like, what, 20, 25, 30. I think that's my demographic that watch these videos. Now, regardless of your age, even if you've got kids, there's stuff that you need to learn. I think most people have kids and they don't know how to raise kids, of course, because you never raised kids before. But you go into that almost what's the word? I don't want to say, kind of like aiming, like you don't know what to do in every scenario, and you can kind of like prepare yourself in every single manner for everything that comes up, but you're never going to know exactly what to do. And the reason I say that is because when you're a kid, you look at your parents and you're like, these guys know everything. Whatever they say must be correct. Okay, yeah, this. You think they know everything, when in reality, when you get older, you realize that when you're actually a parent, parents don't know shit. They don't know anything. Well, they know like more than a kid, but in regards to the whole world and their worldview and everything, they don't know everything. So you need to be so open to other people's perspectives on whatever it is that you're doing. You need to be so open to learning about things, because there's never going to come a point in time that you know everything about everything, and there's never going to come a point in time that you know everything about one specific thing. You know everything about sales. You know everything about marketing. You know everything about negotiating. Of course, there's going to be people who can then add that extra bit of value to you. So you've always got to be open to learning, especially with people that watch these videos and people that want to make a thing out of their lives, because you're not going to work everything out on your own. And yes, there comes a point where it's good to kind of just take action and learn as you go, but I think there's a balance between learning things as you move and as you progress, but also while you do that, learning things by intentionally learning, as opposed to learning via action. You learn via action and you learn via intentionally learning at the same time, and that's how you progress. You can't sit there in your little hole of perfectionism and be like, right, now I'm going to read a few more books, I'm going to read a few more books and then I'm going to do this thing. Or I'm going to watch a few more videos and then I'm going to do this thing because then I'm going to know everything about it and then I'm going to be ready. That's never going to fucking happen. Just be real with yourself and be like, okay, I've just got to start and I'll learn as I go, and I can learn via books and videos as I go, but I don't want the procrastination, the perfectionism, the stagnation of me learning prior to starting, because I'm never going to actually start because you're never going to be ready. So instead of sitting there thinking, yeah, one day I'll be ready, right? One day I'll be ready, yeah, cool. You're never going to be fucking ready. So just start, learn as you go. Both ways of doing so, and then you're going to get somewhere. Because I mean, it was almost quite embarrassing, like sat there, because it wasn't my best foot forward at all. It was literally some notes that I just fucking written down. Like, it was very vague, very but most people, like, how do I explain this? Most people will just kind of like sit there and just overthink everything until they actually take action, to which they then lose 5 years of time that they could have just taken action. They would have got results from, because they don't think they're ready yet. But no one's ever ready. No one in history ever waited until they were perfect at something to start, because they're never going to be fucking perfect from just doing that. You learn much more from starting and learning as you go. But I don't know what the hole is that most people find themselves in, but there's many different reasons to it. But I think one of the main reasons is they're worried that they're not going to, if you're a good person like me, right? I don't want to say I'm a good person because that's up myself, but I've been brought up as this person to always be nice to people, to be respectful, to just be almost overly nice to people, and just be a good person and don't do anything malicious, right? So that's how I've been brought up. So if you're anything like me, your main kind of excuse to starting anything, just anything in general, but most of all service related, I think this kind of relates more to this. You don't want to sell something to someone when you don't believe it in yourself, or you're not confident in your own ability to actually deliver what you're stating, or you don't believe in, you feel like you could be better and provide a better service to someone if you learn more before you actually sell it to them. But in reality, it's never going to be a perfect service until you actually delivered it, to learn what the kind of hold-ups are, what the things that you've failed on that you can then improve on in the future. Yes, you can learn a thing or two from people online that have done it before you, but you're going to learn more from starting than learning prior to actually taking action. So first things first, take action, but don't let your fear of scamming stop you from starting, because everyone starts at some point and no one's ever perfect from starting. So you've got to start somewhere and you learn along the way, and I think you learn from that. So yeah, I mean, again, I'm only 20, so take my I'm literally talking here after learning a shit ton from someone, so everything that I'm saying right now is almost kind of I don't want to say irrelevant, but irrelevant because I've just been humbled earlier. So I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. No one's perfect. But you can learn and get close to perfect. But it's just a full circle. But my next thing I wanted to say, adding to that, is don't sit there and learn to be perfect before you even start. Just, long story short, the whole fucking thing I'm saying, I'll summarize it rather than just beating around the bush for the last 14 minutes. Just fucking start. And when you start, you're going to learn. So many people get stuck in the little hole of perfectionism. Nah, I don't think I'm ready yet. I could learn a bit more here. I could learn a bit more here. I don't know what to do here. Oh, this could happen. Oh, this could happen. This might happen. I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do. Just fucking start and you'll learn. It's as simple as that. So, I've been on this journey since I was 15. I've never had a job. It's weird. It's fucking weird. I've never had a fucking job. I've had a job, but I haven't had like a stereotypical job. I've always been working. I literally have done nothing in my life other than work with influencers since day one. The only other income source I've had was coaching tennis lessons, and that is probably equivalent to about 400 quid total. because I literally feel for people when they can't do it, because that's their job, and then when they can't do it because they're ill, I'm the person that comes in and coaches the lesson. So that's my only other income source since I was 15, and ever since I was 15, I'll give you an example actually. When I was 15, I was working with influencers, Fortnite influencers to be specific. I was working with Letchi, I was working with the Fortnite World Cup winner, Nyrox, the Duos winner, not Booga. I was working with the Burnt Chip, and I still do now to an extent. I was working with like so many people, and I was 15, bro. Do you think I knew shit, bro? I went into this thing, and I was uploading my own Fortnite highlights to Instagram like every day from my Twitch channel because I was 15, and I got a message from a Fortnite pro saying, "Hey, I like the way you run your Instagram. Can you run mine?" I ran his for free for 2 months. I then thought to myself with my fucking brain, I was like, okay, if I'm running this guy, why can't I do other people? So I started charging him £40 a month, £40 to do 30 clips a month, so like one a day. I was like, okay, I work with this guy, I can leverage this and work with other people. So then I worked with like 20 different influencers at the same time, to which I was 15, making 800 quid a month because I was working with 20 fucking Fortnite pros posting a clip a day. Did I know what the fuck I was doing? No. I just knew how to make an Instagram account look good. I remember so vividly one of the accounts guys when I was 15 telling me, I think we're shadow banned, or like, are you able to get rid of the shadow ban somehow? And bro, I remember saying to him, I was literally a naive 15-year-old. I remember saying to him, "What's a shadow ban?" And I'm his account manager. Do you know how mad that is? But I was already doing it, and I was doing a decent job. Yes, it was shadow banned for whatever reason, and I know what it is now, obviously. But back then, his account was shadow banned. I didn't know what a shadow ban was, but I'd got myself in the position by taking action, whether it was put in front of me on the table or not. I got in that point, and then you can fix the problem when it arises, right? And luckily, like the outcome's never as bad as you fear. Like you always think the worst thing's gonna happen, when in reality it never does. You always fear the worst. But let's just start at zero. You're a guy who wants to get into Fortnite account management. Okay, you then think to yourself, how can I be perfect here? Okay, I'm gonna optimize the hashtags. I'm gonna what if I get shadow banned? What's gonna happen here? Everyone worries about all of these things, and they're like, okay, I'm not going to take action yet because I could learn a bit more about how to avoid a shadow ban. Whereas me, this fucking 15-year-old, like, I don't want to say retard, was fucking running this account, and he's got them shadow banned somehow, and he doesn't even know what a shadow ban is, and he's the one making the money. Whereas you're sat there on your ass, worried about how you can avoid a shadow ban. You know, fucking tackle the problem when it arises. You know, so. That's my wisdom. Just fucking start, man. This thing's goofy, actually. Why is it sticking out? But, bro, just fucking start. Like, it's... Let me just sort this real quick, because I don't want to be sat there making myself look like an idiot. Not that I haven't already done that already, but even worse. Man, just fucking start, man. Simple as that. Bro, again. It's mad. Just, I'll say it again. Just fucking start. I was sat... at 16, I think it was 16, maybe it was 17. I was like early 17. I think it was January 2020. So 4 years ago now, I would have been 16, but about to turn 17. And I get a message, an email from Sony fucking Music at 16, running these Fortnite accounts saying, "Hey, Ollie, we want to work with some Fortnite pros promoting this new song of ours from Roseboy." Actually, I haven't signed an NDA, so it's alright. Do you think you can put a promotion together and because I was the guy who ran the accounts, I was the guy who knew the influencers, right? So these guys came to me, and I had no idea how the fuck to optimize an influencer marketing campaign. It just came in front of me because I'd got myself in the position of running these accounts. I didn't know how the fuck to do it, but it was there. And I was obviously going to take him up on the opportunity. I wasn't going to say, "Oh no, I don't know how to do it." Obviously, I say, I know I'm going to work out how to do it, because I'm the only person who knows the influencers, like, out of anyone. I know the influencers better than anyone. I know who gets the most views. I know why they get the most views. So, of course, if anyone's going to do it, it's me. But I didn't know all this shit. I didn't know shit. I was fucking 16, bro. I was 16 doing a marketing campaign with Sony Music. Do you know how mad that is? Like, that's actually, I'm proud of myself for that. Like, that will always be on my CV. Whether I get to... fucking, of course, it's 10k a month. But... do you know how mad? Like, people will sit there in a hole for years, knowing what they need to do, but procrastinating doing it because they're scared of something that doesn't exist. Because they're worried that their problem's going to arise. And how is the problem going to arise if you've never actually started? If you've never actually done anything? So, yeah, I've said this before, and I love this fucking analogy that Evan gave me, but how are you going to put gasoline on a fire that doesn't exist? You know? Like, you've actually got to start the fire to then fix the problem to make the fire get bigger. Like, how's the fire going to start if you're just putting gasoline on the floor? Like, you've got to put the foundation in place and actually start for anything else to get bigger. So, you just got to fucking start and then work out as you go. Simple as that. And I know a lot of you, you might think it's unethical, but that's how everyone starts. You can't just sit there procrastinate. Maybe you can do a bit of research for like a day. Maybe set a time limit. Okay, 2 days I'm going to research. After that, you go. But yeah, I mean, now I've been in this industry for 5 years, working with nothing but influencers, and now I'm working with, I think, like directly, personally, with an influencer who is, I can tell you the exact stats. He's probably top. I want to say top 30 biggest YouTubers in the world. I'm working with like that, like, you know. I think he's top. I think he's still top 30. I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, it's mad, man. Just you just gotta fucking start. Just fucking start. No matter what you tell yourself, just fucking start. I probably could have said this whole point in the last like 5 minutes, but I felt like it's better to just kind of get a bit more in depth, even if I keep going back on the same points like 20 million times. But yeah, I look scouse with this fucking haircut, man. Jesus Christ! I put a scouse accent on. You know, I'm from fucking Liverpool. Cringe. Anyway, you get the idea. Just fucking start, boys. Just fucking start. No matter how old you are, no matter how much experience you think you have, just start. Because I was 15. I was fucking 15 working. I was literally 15 going to school, and on my phone I was logged into over 1 million fucking followers on my phone in English class. I had access to 1 million fucking followers on other people's accounts. So, if that's not a reason for you to be like, okay, fuck it, I might be 15, but work it out, you know? You just gotta fucking do it, man. So, there you go. That's my rant over. Probably could have said that much quicker than I did. I also need to get off the camera because I'm embarrassing myself with this fucking haircut. I look like a woman, but it's fine. Yeah, boys. Day 109. Actually, I realised earlier that I skipped a day accidentally. I didn't actually skip a day. I still recorded it that day, but I went from day 105 to day 107 the same day. Or no, I think it was day 103 to 5. So, I mean, I still recorded it. I didn't miss a day, but I skipped it. And when I was titling the video, I put day 105 instead of 104. So... and then I kept going up, so I had to sort that out, but it's sorted out now. No one cares. No one cares. Yeah, just keep learning, boys, and just start. Don't sit there procrastinating, because you're never going to get anywhere. Just fucking start now. Otherwise, you're going to end up wasting 5 years of your life, and no one wants that until you actually take action. And maybe it might be more than 5. But just fucking start, boys, and you'll work it out as you go. But that's the video. Tomorrow, I will be live streaming from 9 a.m. around 9 a.m. until, I want to say, it'll be a long stream. I streamed for 4 hours today just working. I think it was 4.5 hours. But we'll do that again tomorrow from 9 a.m. until whatever time. But with that said, appreciate you. If you want to take the stream out, it's literally just me working with Cafe Jazz in the background while I'm just sat here going like this. Yeah, okay, yeah, cool, yeah. So, if you want to join, you can do so, and just kind of work with me on the internet. But Appreciate you. New newsletter out tomorrow at 2 p.m. Wednesday. So every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Get ready for it. Be in your inbox. You can subscribe top of the description if you didn't know so already. It's there. I wrote it today. Quite proud of it. Actually, I'm pretty proud of it. It's pretty concise and pretty. I don't want to float my own boat, but it's good. So if you want to subscribe, top of the description. But with that said, thank you for watching the video. I will be back tomorrow night, and I need to get off this camera because of this fucking shitty haircut. So, see you tomorrow night. Day 110 tomorrow, day 109 now. Appreciate you, and I'm talking too much. Good night. Cheers.